Hi friends, it's my episode number 9 of my series My People, My Life. The personality I'm talking of today is none other than one of the Diggaj cricketers of Mumbai cricket, Vasu Paranjape sir. Now, my affiliation with Vasu sir goes way back in 1990s, early 1990s at least, when I was playing cricket in Mumbai with and was part of the Poddar college team. I had a very good early inroads to Bombay in when I landed there, and when I had a very good first season with the Bombay in 1992, all the cricket there. And being Jatin Paranspe being my one of my best buddies, we would train together, we would spend a lot of time together. At that time, Jatin was India under 19 player, was working hard to make his place fine in the Ranji Trophy side of Mumbai. And we had a very good side, the Poddar side. So me being staying in Hindu colony and Jatin in Ganesh Bhavan, we used to always, other than cricket and college and little bit social life, we would always find time together to spend time together. Of course, Jatin used to be on tours most of the time. But that is how I got affiliated to the Paranspe families. Jatin's mom was a principal in Ruia College at that time. And I was like a homely person to visiting their home on regular basis. Vasu sir used to be there, always keeping a close eye on me. He always watched me bowl in the Poddar nets. I owe a lot to him because talking about Vasu sir, I always thought he was one of a different kind of a Bombay cricketer, not that copybook kind of personality who would always have that copybook system that following these rules and regulations and showing and being. He always believed in being and showing the same what he was. Like a very transparent person, always moved in shorts with that Panama cap of his. Believing in very innovative cricket. At that particular time, I always thought he's like an Australian kind of a thinker, Australian thinking cricketer or a personality coach, I could say, mentor for us from Mumbai. He never cared to show something. He always believed in being what you are to go ahead the way you are. There are many things which I learned from him. Because of him, initially he called me for the Air India nets. I was in the first year of college that time. And I had to complete my college to finalize with my teams to play. But he was very keen to have me with other than the other Dilips of the Mumbai cricket at that particular time. He was also very, with Patil sir's support of course, he was very keen to have me with him, very interested, followed every details, every match I played, and he would know because my second team that time I was playing was Indian Gymkhana, and that was his coffee zone area wherever he used to be there most of the time. Matuka Gymkhana and Indian Gymkhana, both the Gymkhana, all the Gymkhanas around Matunga it looked as if it belonged to Vasu sir, though he was a player of the other Indian. Now that's where it comes. Due to him, I got to play around 2 games, I guess, 3 games. One I played, 2 I was in the team itself at that time to play for Dadar Union. Now Dadar Union was a big unit at that time. Just being a part of the team is as good as part of Indian team or Mumbai team, Same like the Poddar college. So Vasu sir pulled me in. Even Patil sir was reluctant to say that we wanted to have me for a little bit. Vasu sir wanted me. Vasu sir's thinking was totally a different kind of a thinking. He gave always a boost to the youngsters, whatever they did. He wanted them not to go on stage by stage. If he's good enough, you have him go and knock the doors. So he was that kind of a thinker. Very different cricket personality. Of course, her home also, Jatin also was very lucky, I guess, lucky, unlucky with the kind of things. Jatin grew up he was under his guidance, and of course Jatin was doing amazingly well, made all his parents and the family proud, being a cricketing family. Vasu sir always believed in on the day-to-day basis. The last time I met Vasu sir was in 2019 when I bumped into Jatin's house in the afternoon with a short notice. And whenever lately from 2017 onwards I used to visit them because after a long time it was a family touch. When my father used to visit them at one particular time when I was in Bombay. So coming back in 2019, I bumped into when Vasu sir was in gym, and I was really, it was Vasu sir was at that particular time, I'm sure something around 80s, 80, 81, I guess, yeah. And he's in the gym, and I felt like awesome man. And he just walked in with his towel, and that time, you see, Ganesh Bhavan is a very known place in Matunga. That is their place, that is their building. And now I think lately they had shifted Uncle and Vasu sir and Jatin's mom. They were on the ground floor, and Jatin was staying on the normal place where they always used to be, where I used to visit. So I was asked to wait down, and when I saw Vasu sir, he said hi Ambey, because I had met him in 2017 when I had taken a small brief note about him. So he said hi Ambey, me yeto hai, just change karo yeto, fresh on yeto. And he went in and came out, and then he said with me, he asked me one question, which he must have realized when I met him in 2017, he had that back of mind and he did not ask me. He asked me a question, very blunt question. Ambey, why did you leave Bombay when you did such a good impact in the 2 years you stayed in Bombay, 2 to 3 years? And I was like, I was tight-lipped. He was one of a kind, when I would say you could go and play at age of 50 whenever the other union was short of players. One of the best fielders of his era. Talking about Vasu sir himself, Vasu Paranjape sir is a big name in Indian cricket. He was a part of the Indian unit in 1987. And the most important, there are many things. He was governing the Air India team so well. They had one particular time, silk season, they had a very good. Many cricketers grew up under his guidance. Many Darul you name the Darul Union players, top cricketers. No, everybody has taken some tips from Vasu sir at one particular time. The under 19 side of Bombay worked under him. He was handling them. Then the Indian under 19 side. Most of his thing was that he was also interested in spreading the cricket to the world level. He was very initial cricket in UAE also, he was a part of it. The most impactful thing what he did was the Oman cricket, which is now having the one-day status. The early fruits were, I could say, were sold by Vasu sir, because Vasu sir was almost there for 6 years in Oman. And he had most of the Bombay cricketers who would not get placed in the Ranji Trophy, jobless here and there. Also some shiny cricketers who take them in Oman and give them jobs. Vasu sir helped people with many jobs, not only in Oman, even in Bombay, wherever he could just put a word across and people would, because he was a very influential person in a way where he was instinctive person, not a person who had something to show. Again, I'm repeating the same thing, because that was a very impactful a prominent character which he had, which was like, he was not to show and do something else. There are many senior cricketers who have that criteria, even maybe no matter how helpful they are. But Vasu Paranjape was one, straightforward, blunt. So that was him. He helped the Oman cricket do well. Then lately he was doing a lot of things. The Drona book, which Jatin has, I think that has been launched a year back. I'm dying to have a copy of it. I'm trying to reach out to it. I thought I would visit and take it. Now I'm going to really go for it. There have been times when I always felt homesick when I was in Bombay. Those years when I was staying as a paying guest in the colony, and then I would just go to Jatin's house, and Vasu sir would make you feel so comfortable, just like my dad. And Patil sir was a little bit, all the time, little bit tougher side, but Vasu sir was very kind of a friendly character who could just take care of you in your emotions, make you understand. He was a kind of a mentor. Even if you are down, he could make you feel that you had a lot of wings. I remember when I was going on a tour to England, and Vasu sir, I had a lot of problems. The first time I had a lot of problems gripping the ball. So then he came up to me and told me, Ambey, you just put the hand most of the time in your pockets. and keep some warmer or something kind of a warm thing inside that keeps that kind of advice at that particular time to get from any cricketer to any cricketer was something very this. Then Ranji Trophy time, whenever I used to do well in under 19s, and then he used to always feel that you should be playing big cricket. He always had great expectations from me, and I hope I have lived up to it. And when I met him in 2019, I told everything what I've achieved. He was very, very happy, felt good. There are some people whom I always felt in life that they are invincible. There are six. I could say to be specific, six people of same criteria, age, age group. You can say 80 to 85. Six personalities whom I always felt like invincible people who will never leave us, and they'll always be there fighting, because they're such kind of fighters, the gritty people. And they are so down to earth, these people, these six personalities. Vasu sir was certainly one of that in that group, and just a couple of days back on the 30th, I got the news that it was a shocking news when realized that Vasu sir is no more with us. His physically body is no more with us, but I know his spirits, his energy is there with everybody around. It was a very shocking. I was driving, and then I tried to call Jatin also, but I know it must be a very difficult situation for him to handle at that time. But then we lost Patil sir and then Vasu sir. Now it's like, I'm left with four. And I pray to God that these two, wherever they are, they're keeping a watch on us, and they are going to keep a watch on us. No two ways on that. We learned a lot from Vasu sir. Vasu Paranjape sir. I'm never able to say late Vasu Paranjape sir because it's just 3 days and I'm still to absorb that kind of a feel. Vasu Paranjape sir has a lot of things put inside me to be my flamboyant nature. I learned a lot from him. I owe a lot to the Paranjape family in whenever I grew up, and I'm always affiliated to them. I make a note that if I'm in Bombay, I make sure to visit them. It's a tough scene. I hope they're all together and Jatin is really taking care of everybody. Vasu Paranjape sir was a legend and lived a life of a lion, cricketing lion of Mumbai. Salutes to you.